Shalom, it's Rabbi David Barron with my weekly message. First of all, I'd like to send out to each and every one of our family members and friends of our congregation and our members of our congregation my wishes for a happy and healthy Hanukkah season. This week I'm going to be speaking about the holiday of Hanukkah. Friday night we'll light Shabbat candles, and on the next day, actually Sunday evening is the first candle of Hanukkah. And we'll be kindling it in our homes, and Jewish people around the world will be gathering around their menorot. Behind me is our Chanukiah that was designed by a wonderful artist, showing the bronze sculpture of an interpretation of the book of Isaiah, the quote, "They shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall men learn war anymore." That was part of the inspiration for this Chanukiah. The menorah is the symbol of the Jewish people, the 7-branch candelabra. And it's an ancient symbol. We know that because we found it in coins and we found it in inscriptions and even in a stone that was uncovered a few years ago that was a replica of the ancient temple. So we know that the menorah is the most ancient symbol of Judaism, more than the Star of David, actually. But on Hanukkah, because we celebrate for 8 nights and we have a servant candle to light, we have a 9-branch candelabra to celebrate lighting a candle each night of Hanukkah. And we do so because bringing light into the world is part of the mission of the Jewish people. The word Hanukkah itself is of great importance. It means rededication. The Maccabees, when they fought against the Seleucids who were trying to force upon them their religious worldview, when they resisted and rose up in rebellion, they captured Jerusalem and they entered the Holy Temple. And they were weeping because they found it completely desolate and destroyed. And so they began the process of cleansing and rebuilding the Beit HaMikdash, the Holy Temple in Jerusalem. And in doing so, they send us a message that Hanukkah is about rededicating ourselves, never giving up on a person or a place, knowing you can always rededicate and redouble your efforts to renew and to breathe new life into a relationship that's gone awry or into a place that you've abandoned or neglected. So let's take that message to heart on Hanukkah, as well as the message of the few against the many. Hanukkah is about a rebellion for people fighting for a reason. And what was that reason? It wasn't to acquire more territory. It wasn't to acquire oil or gold. It was for religious freedom, for the rights enshrined in our American Constitution that every human being created in God's image is entitled to worship freely, to worship their Creator in their own way. And that is what the Battle of Hanukkah was fought for, the first one in human history, purely for religious freedom. We also know that Hanukkah is about celebrating light, the light of understanding against the darkness of ignorance, the light of compassion against the darkness of cruelty. And we think about the few against the many, the emergence of the state of Israel against many enemies who sought to destroy her. And now what's happening in Ukraine, rising up against a powerful enemy, the army of Russia. We see that the few inspired can accomplish a lot. And men and women in Brazil rising up against a corrupt government. All of these are indications that the few can rise up and become the many and overcome tyranny and cruelty. These are important and timely messages for Hanukkah that I hope we all take to heart. And as we kindle the first light Sunday night of the Chanukiah, of the menorah, let's do so with the prayers and blessings and hope for a future of peace. I wish each and every one of you a Shabbat Shalom and a Chag Chanukah Sameach, a happy and healthy Hanukkah celebration in your home.